Okay, hi. This is Aubrey, and this is my presentation on Bastille Day, which is July 14th. And here is the link for the video. Hopefully you're watching it now, so you can hear my commentary on the background of some of this stuff. So, what is Bastille Day? Bastille Day was July 14th in 1789, and it is essentially the start of the French Revolution against King Louis XVI, and just when all of the guillotine and beheadings started to go down after the French people had finally had enough of their monarchy. And now it is celebrated with fireworks and parades and feasts since 1880, which is when it became an official holiday. So let's get into the history a little bit. What was the Bastille? So the Bastille is this large building on the left, and it was originally built in the 1300s to fortify the east entrance to Paris when the Hundred Years' War was going on against the English. And then later on, it was used as a prison. So at first, it was more of like a fort, and then it became a prison, which King Louis XVI used to imprison just like some political people that he didn't like, or just honestly, he didn't really need to have a reason to put them in there. He just would. And so that's why the people of France decided to storm it, was because the Bastille symbolized this abuse of power by their king and by the monarchy. And another reason is because it actually stored large amounts of gunpowder. So, very good reason to go storm it. So, the storming of the Bastille, which was July 14th, 1789, obviously to protest the abuse of King Louis XVI's power. And so French people had been going through a lot of just terrible treatment from their government and their king, just not being given the proper amount of food and supplies that they needed to survive. And so the French people and Parisians, which is where this happened, Paris, took to took to themselves to take back that power. And one of the ways was they actually went to Hotel des Invalides, which had lots of muskets and some cannons, actually, 32,000 muskets to be exact. And then from there, they actually went to Bastille. So this happened in the morning of July 14th. The governor of the Bastille, his name was Delaney. He first wanted to try and make some sort of negotiation so that no one would have to, die unnecessarily. But when he was taking too long inside, the people outside became a bit scared that they had been imprisoned. So they were like, okay, we're just gonna start climbing the wall. And they managed to lower the gate into Bastille, and they all climbed in, and that's when bullets started flying. And I'm surprisingly not too many people died, around 100 deaths. They did have Delaney did have reinforcements come in because King Louis XVI had set up some provisions for an assembly that had happened about a couple days before this, and those reinforcements didn't come, but Delaney was not prepared for a siege. So by the afternoon, Delaney surrendered, and he was killed by the guillotine as he was marched to the city hall. Now, Bastille Day now. So these are some images of what Bastille Day might look like today in July 14th. So we have marches, parades, we have an air show over the Arc de Triomphe, fireworks, very similar to July 14th kind of vibes, and how it's celebrated. So luckily Bastille Day is a public holiday, so everybody who would like to take that day off can, it's free for everyone to have a holiday. And everyone pretty much just parties, has fun. They dress in the colors of the French flag, red, white, and blue. There's fireworks. There's fireworks Eiffel Tower, there's like fireworks everywhere. And there has been a military march down towards the Arc de Triomphe since 1880, since the revolution, and that is just like a hallmark of this holiday for the French people. And there's air shows and parties, and there is a traditional song called La Marseillaise, and they sing that because that is another symbolic song from the French Revolution. Now, what is, Bastille's Day equivalent? Well, that would be 4th of July, because they are celebrated for the exact same reasons. Bastille Day and Independence Day. Bastille Day is the start of the French Revolution and signifies their independence from a toxic government and monarchy, just like Independence Day holds the equivalent value of America's independence from the English monarchy and breaking away from that. The only difference is really that Bastille Day is actually the beginning of their revolution, while Independence Day is our end of it. So that's kind of an interesting difference between the two, but they are both celebrated extremely similarly, and things such as fireworks, parades, parties, air shows, just everything, getting together with your friends just to celebrate your country and the independence that, they experienced all that time ago. Okay, and thank you so much for watching.